gentlemen, introducing our officials for this match. Our first referee, Josie Del Rosario, international referee. Our second referee, Joven Racelis, national referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Opposite hitter from De La Salle University, number 7, interim team captain, Michelle Gumabao. Center from the Far Eastern University, number 1, Kyle Negrito. Middle blocker from the College of St. Benil, number 6, Pangs Panaga. Middle blocker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 14, Bea De Leon. Outside spiker from the Far Eastern University, number 19, Bernadette Pons. Outside spiker from the USA, number 22, Erica Staunton. Starting libero from FEU, number 11, Kyla Atienza. Head coach for Creamline is Sherwin Meneses. And now the starters for the PLDT Home Fiber High-Speed Hitters. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 3, Mika Reyes. Opposite hitter also from La Salle, number 5, Erica Santos. Outside spiker from Russia, number 7, Elena Samoilenko. Center from La Salle, number 9, Kim Fajardo. Middle blocker also from La Salle, number 10, Majoy Baron. Outside spiker from Central Philippines University, number 17, Fiona Ceballos. Starting libero from the University of the East, number 8, team captain, Kat Arado. Head coach for PLDT is Rald Ricafort. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is Creamline versus PLDT. This is the PVL, the heart of volleyball.
Let's take a look at the starters for the Creamline Cool Smashers. De Leon, Panaga, Gumabao, Negrito, Staunton, Pons, and Kyla Atienza as their libero. Meanwhile, for the PLDT Home Fiber High-Speed Hitters, Baron, you have Mika Reyes making her first start in almost a year of missing action. Erica Santos, Fajardo, Samoilenko, and Fiona Ceballos, and Kat Arado as their libero. So we're all set to begin this final match of your day number 1 triple header. A while ago, we started with a 5-setter match, which next led one over Galleries, followed by a 3-setter win for Cherry Gigo. And now, it's game number 3 of this opening day of the 2024 PVL Reinforced Conference. Thank you for joining us over on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and Filipinas Live. Dip Dipianco with Z Herbacio and Lexi Rodriguez, your broadcast team for this one. And we start off with a service error.
A lot of faces and names who we're missing, either from recovering injuries or national team duties. But either way, expect a tight matchup today between these two teams, especially we mentioned earlier how, you know, their last game, it was PLDT who got that win. But look at this, Michelle Gumabao getting the first point for the Cool Smashers.
We talked about it at the top of the coverage, how PLDT won in 4 sets just last April in a non-bearing match against Creamline. But right now, it's a different story. As you mentioned, Z and Lexi also gave us an update of the players who won't be suited up today. Samoilenko is a player for sure that will suit up and is suited up for the high-speed hitters, getting her first point.
Good dig there by Bernadette Pons the first time around, but a miscommunication between former teammates, talking about her and Kyla Atienza.
2-1 start in favor of PLDT. Negrito goes to Staunton. Check there, Fajardo will toss it to Samoilenko, overshoots, and Gumabao takes advantage.
Michelle Gumabao staying aggressive at the net. making sure she maximizes that opportunity, that over ball.
Tied game at 2-all. Panaga on deck to serve. Fajardo bumps it. Santos. Dug up by Pags. Here comes Staunton. Trying to go down the line, but it went wide as we sent this to Lexi Rodriguez for this report. Lexi?
Well, Dippensy, earlier we did talk about some of the key losses on the side of Creamline, but we can never forget the ever vital Mitch Gumabao. Now, MG definitely has the team's back, and if you haven't seen her kicks yet, you know, she isn't just stepping up her game, she's also stepping up in style. If you haven't seen her kicks, Mitch shared with me that these were actually personalized and hand painted. She also told me it's a way of her showing her love to the team. Now, for the longest time, she's seen her grow and flourish to be the seasoned player that she is today. And one day, she'll look back and see what kind of legacy she's left in the team. Now, if you want to see our player highlights or stream full game live and in HD, head on to the Pilipinas Live app and subscribe now for 149 pesos. Now, back to you, Dippensy.
Thank you, Lexi. Well, the Cool Smashers will have to rely a lot on Michelle Gumabao and her kicks.
Yes.
This conference, alam natin na it's a bit of an unfamiliar territory right now for Creamline, losing some of their key players as Erica Staunton gets her first point in the PVL.
Welcome to the Philippines. Welcome to the Premier Volleyball League. Talking about Erica Staunton. Look at that high reach.
We're finally shaking off those first game jitters, and a service ace courtesy of Michelle Gumabao that we just talked about a while ago. But going back to that report of Lexi, you know, Creamline having these veterans, they don't have Tots Carlos, Gemma Galanza,
Eliza
Valdez. So that's going to be an adjustment somewhat for the Cool Smashers.
I mean, despite that, we've seen how, you know, the Creamline Cool Smashers stayed strong, stayed fortified, regardless of who's playing. I mean, that has been the theme for the Cool Smashers. They have been, their bench has been pretty deep, and, you know, that's the luxury that Coach Sherman has.
And that's why they have multiple titles here in the Premier Volleyball League. They're looking good with a 2-point lead here in set number 1. Mika Reyes, as we take a look at Eliza Valdez and Gemma Galanza. Mika Reyes serving for PLDT. She last saw action in July 27 of 2023 against the visiting Karashki Ablaze during that invitational conference, and then injured her shoulder, sat out a couple of conferences, and now she's back. Meanwhile, we saw Savvy Davison and KKD on the side of PLDT.
Ooh, nice jump serve.
And another service ace, this time delivered by Erica Staunton, as he brings us to the first technical timeout. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig for the continuation of this match between PLDT and Creamline. Our final game of this Tuesday triple header. The reinforced conference just starting today. Elena Samoilenko and the high-speed hitters find themselves down by 4 points. Tots Carlos beside Elia Torres, their rookie. Deej Rodriguez also with them. Staunton coming off an ace. Ceballos will respond after that technical timeout.
I mean, Ceballos has a huge responsibility here also, you know, considering Savvy Davison is missing in action. You can't just rely on your foreign guest player, but, you know, the locals have to step up as well from her absence.
Pons. And that is a point for Bernadette Pons, her first one of the match.
earlier on, we were wondering who will step up on behalf of Alyssa Valdez. But we've already seen Bernadette Pons stepping up in terms of offense and defense earlier on. When we started that match, she already gotten a hand on Lena's one of the super spikes. Oh.
Second service ball.
She served beyond the 8-second mark, I believe so.
6:39.
It's going to be a free point given up to PLDT. And the lead is now down to just 3 points. Ceballos serving for the high-speed hitters. Negrito looks at her options, goes to Pons, and Pons scores another one.
It seems like that has been the target of at least Bernadette Pons. You know, trying to hit high does not really have to do a bounce ball in terms of her attacks. But, you know, it's very crucial that either she gets a touch of her blockers or get the point, lands it in.
That one is long for Kyle Negrito. Couple of 3 points given up to PLDT. Allowing them to stay within distance. Baron does the same. Unfortunately, couldn't build on that momentum for PLDT.
11-7 for the Cool Smashers.
Both squads have been making service errors. Seems like, you know, they're still trying to warm up here.
Yeah.
Day one, opening day of the reinforced conference.
Matagal-tagal din yung 2 months, no, before the start of this conference. Since the all-Filipino Samoilengo gets her second point of the match.
Speaking of hitting high, always expect that Lena will touch the ball at its highest peak and go beyond and above the blockers.
Gumabaw. Fajardo's there for the pickup. Arado bumps it to Santos. Waits for it. But the length of Erica Stanton getting the point for Creamline.
You cannot afford to set a tight ball, especially in front of Erica Stanton. 6'1". Outside hitter here. Again, fresh grad from University of Georgia, Division I in the US NCAA division.
Good serve by Panaga. Fajardo. Easy over. Chance for Creamline. They go to Stanton. And another point for Erica Stanton. She's got 4 to lead all scorers of Creamline.
So far, the high-speed hitters have yet to find a solution to this. Look at that. Stanton away from the blockers, above the blockers, away from the floor defenders.
And this forces Coach Raul Dricafort to call for time.
Kata natin yung server, kata natin.
Hindi naman ako masyado. Hey, PLDT!
Timeout called by PLDT. Galanza and Valdez are looking happy on the bench as their team is up by 5 points.
I mean, that's a good timeout by Coach Raul Dricafort. If I'm not mistaken, I heard they need to already find the tendencies of Erica Stanton at this stage of the match, because, you know, we're already halfway through set number 1, and usually, especially when, you know, when you're starting a new conference with a new lineup, that's the tendency of the first part of the first set, or basically the whole set overall. You know, trying to learn who these new players are, what their tendencies are.
Another free point given though to PLDT. They go to BDL. Arado able to save it. Chance for the Cool Smashers. They go to Stanton. Ceballos was there. They transfer to the other side. Santos, pancake save by Lazaro Revilla. Play continues. Oh, but there was a challenge which wasn't heard by our officials.
And that's the thing, that's a challenge here. You cannot just ask for a challenge and stop without hearing the whistle blown by the first referee. But I guess they're acknowledging that challenge right now. It has been quite a while since Coach Rod asked for that. I think it's a floor touch from that tip. Let's see if Lazaro Revilla did in fact get a touch on that one.
I think some of the players heard it though. That's why they stopped
Yeah.
moving. But it's a bit loud inside the arena. But nonetheless, you will take a look at this challenge, a floor touch. This was the supposedly the save of Denden Revilla, which happened to be a floor touch. A successful challenge for PLDT. And they cut the lead down to 3. It's a good challenge.
Yeah.
And another point, courtesy of Elena Samoilenko, this time off of the service area.
An unusual miscommunication once again there between Kyle and MG. Creamline calls a timeout.
Yun lang.
That's me. You pass.
Tiwala sa pasa.
Yes, coach.
Let's go.
We side out now. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. All in. Creamline.
Happy.
Timeout called by the Cool Smashers. The lead down to just 2 points.
I mean, they still have that 2-point cushion right now, but the high-speed hitters are just on a roll at this point. Elena with that serve.
Gumabaw. Reyes able to get a touch, but nobody home for the second ball.
It's actually a good second touch by Nika Reyes, especially off the block. It's actually a difficult skill to master. And, you know, Nika Reyes, one of the decorated middle blockers, just not enough height for a second touch from Kath.
Negrito sets up the play. Fajardo able to dive and save it. Back with PLDT. Cap goes to Santos. Pons just receives. Free ball given up. Parado. Fajardo sets up Ceballos. Still nothing for PLDT. Here comes Staunton.
Wow.
Samoilenko with a nice save. The tip doesn't work. Staunton again. And she ends that rally.
That was actually a little off timing from that hit. Getting the off timing from her blockers as well. Medyo pababa na din sila nun, and you know, getting that ball through and between the two blockers, eventually giving them this time a 4-point lead.
Now she has 5 points for the Cool Smashers, getting that check there. The block play continues. Atienza bumps it. Staunton doesn't choose the set. She'll take it. And bring us to the second technical timeout. Creamline up by 5.
Technical timeout score, 16 for Creamline, 11 for PLDT.
Suportahan natin ang mga atletang Pilipino sa Olympic Games Paris 2024. Watch the games live from July 26 to August 11 on One Sports, One Sports Plus, RPTV, TV5, and on the Pilipinas Live app. Isang taong laban para sa bayan.
You got the Farm Fresh Foxies on your screen, already making a debut. Just the game before this.
Serving for Creamline is Shell Gumabaw.
Looked good in the second and third set, almost extending the match against Cheritigo a while ago. 5-point lead here for Creamline. Let's see what PLDT does. Santos, that's wide. And the lead has ballooned to 6.
At this point, the Cool Smashers have been producing their own points and they're getting free points off of the errors. They cannot, talking about the high-speed hitters, they cannot afford to make mistakes if they want to catch up in this set.
Miscue there. Another opportunity for Creamline. Staunton delivers. She's got 7 to her name.
I mean, look at how this girl moves. Erica Staunton, 6'1", tall, but she's still very dynamic, very agile, very quick. Doesn't matter that she stands 6'1". Usually we're used to seeing, you know, lanky players, sort of. Oh.
It's a buzzer.
We have a challenge from Creamline for football.
A challenge called by the Cool Smashers, asking for a foot fault on the attack of Elena Samoilenko. But you were talking about the movement of Erica Staunton. I think that's what you get when you have a young player like Staunton. Has a lot of energy to move around. And I'm sure she is hyped to be in the PVL, especially to be suited up for the Creamline Cool Smashers. We're up by 7 points. For the PLDT high-speed hitters, meanwhile, they won't be having Rhea de Maculangan this conference. So it's gonna be Fajardo and their backup setter, Angge Alcantara, whom they drafted back in the PVL draft just last week. The 8th overall pick out of Adamson.
I mean, also especially they're missing Rhea de Maculangan so far here. Ooh, good call by Coach Sherwin.
Close,
Challenge by Creamline is successful.
but indeed the right call.
Yeah,
Point goes to the Cool Smashers.
giving no chance to the high-speed hitters at this point. They're 8 points up here in set number 1.
And it was a 6-0 run. I was about to say until that point. Lucky break for PLDT. Jessie De Leon will see action for the first time to replace Mika Reyes.
19, serving for the high-speed hitters, Jessie De Leon.
I mean, again, good to see Mika Reyes all healthy and back on the hard court.
Staunton. That's good enough.
Look at that adjustment as well. A little wide set from that pass, but look at that adjustment. Despite that wide set, nagawa ng paraan, and she gets the point.
Oh, it's a good serve. And it's an ace for Erica Staunton.
Wow.
Her second one of the match.
Erica Staunton so far has been producing points from the front and the back end of the court. Good all-around player, especially, you know, you got Gemma Galanza, Tots Carlos missing in action so far here for the Cool Smashers. Parang pinag-combine na Gemma and Tots numbers itong si Erica.
We see a couple of changes for Creamline. Rafa Galanza now on the floor. Lori Bernardo also seeing action. Look at the numbers of Erica Staunton.
So far, 9 points already here in set number 1. But she can afford that error at this point.
A lot of room because she has delivered 9 markers for the Cool Smashers, which has allowed them to get on this 8-point lead. Galanza tosses to Pons. Arado's there. Fajardo chooses Baron. That's a good play for PLDT. They need a lot more of that.
Definitely, and getting more action right here is Joy Baron. I mean, it all boils down to that first touch. Whether it's a dig, whether it's a pass, the high-speed hitters need to bring the ball to calf a little bit more perfectly at this point and avoid those kinds of errors. But now we see a double substitution. You get Angge, the newest addition to the high-speed hitters on the floor.
Making her debut as well. Isha Bedonia also checking in. Let's see what they can do here for the high-speed hitters. They go to Baron, and that's immediately a point for PLDT.
Good adjustment also from Majoy right there. A little too high, but still able to avoid the blockers and the floor defenders of the Cool Smashers.
Good for Alcantara to able to set her up. Pons. Oh, that's wide open.
That's what you can expect from Bernadette Pons. She has a lot of angles, especially, you know, knowing that she has been a representative of the Philippines for beach volleyball. Expect a cerebral play and a lot of variations, a lot of angles from Bernadette Pons.
Bernardo serving. Alcantara goes back to Baron. And they've connected twice. In that short stint so far of Angge Alcantara.
Look at that, Angge Alcantara flawlessly delivering the goods. So far, Majoy Baron has enjoyed the fruits of her labor here. But Jovi Prado, we're also welcoming her back here in the PVL.
After that injury she suffered last year, she is back. So it's not just Mika Reyes making a return. Jovi Prado, a welcome sight for PLDT to have these players back on the floor. Kumabaw. Prado getting her save there. Bedonia's attack picked up by Negrito. Easy over. Chance for the red shirts. Alcantara goes to Samoilenko. Lazaro Revilla for the pickup. Kumabaw. Straight to Prado. Angge. Both teams scrambling for the point. Alcantara goes middle. Still nothing. Kumabaw waits for it. And it drops for MG.
So the high-speed hitters, they need to be a little bit more aggressive on their attacks, especially, you know, the Cool Smashers have that momentum, has that drive, and they cannot, you know, play toe-to-toe, head-to-head against them right now, especially they're about to close this set.
Creamline now at set point. Chance here for them to finish it. Stanton with the finisher.
There you go. A debut for Erica Stanton for the PVL, for the Cool Smashers, ending set number 1 with a bang.
For her 10th point of the match, Erica Stanton getting it done for the Cool Smashers as they take set number 1, 25-16. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig for the continuation of the match between the Creamline Cool Smashers and the PLDT high-speed hitters. Creamline taking the opening set 25-16. And surprise, surprise, Erica Stanton on her debut already with 10 points.
Is it really a surprise, Dip? I mean, she is the player to look out for even before this match has started. But I guess she's already in double digits at this point.
Yeah.
Erica Stanton producing the points for the Cool Smashers in front, even on the service line. But of course, you got the help of Bernadette Pons, Michelle Gumabao, still in the usual Creamline form, you know, ending on top. Ending that set number 1, 25-16. PLDT has yet to find a solution for that. First ball has been the challenge for them. And let's see here in set number 2 if they have made the right and necessary adjustments, especially seeing new players, new names from the Cool Smashers.
Right, and we see the numbers for set number 1. Walang kakaba-kaba. Erica Stanton with 10 points, 2 of those coming in aces. And ultimately getting that opening set for the Cool Smashers. Meanwhile, for PLDT, you talked about the first ball. What else could they improve on here in set number 2 for them to get themselves going?
I mean, I have been looking for a little bit more aggressiveness, more energy, more intensity from the high-speed hitters. I mean, this is game number 1, and once again, historically speaking, you know, last time these two teams faced each other was in the last conference, and it was actually PLDT who went home with a W in 4 sets. So, you know, if I'm one of the high-speed hitters, I'm already looking into getting that second win against the Cool Smashers. Especially, I believe our writer was saying that was their first ever win against Creamline ever in the history of the PVL.
Right, Big Flores giving us the stats and the storylines, but PLDT also dropped that set number 1, by the way, in that game before they went on to win straight sets. So let's see if they'll be able to do just that.
Early challenge here by the Cool Smashers, asking for a ball in, ball out. They're saying that ball from Bernadette Pons actually went in, snagged the line. Well, we'll see here. Point number 1 for set number 2.
Simula pa lang. Challenge called already, but let's see. Ball in, ball out.
Good eye there by the Cool Smashers. I mean, that's also what you expect from these veterans. You know what they say, yung sukat na sukat mo yung court. Especially in season.
Pakiramdaman na lang.
Exactly. Seasoned player like Bernadette Pons, you gotta expect that she knows her stuff.
Santos from the back. Outside. 2-0 start for Creamline.
Erica Santos has yet to make some noise for the high-speed hitters.
Negrito serving for Creamline. Negrito picks it up. Atienza with the bump to Gumabao. Fajardo tosses it. Samoilenko. Down it goes. As we get this update about the sitters from Lexi Rodriguez. Lexi?
Well, Dippensy, it's really good that you mentioned that we won't be seeing much of Rhea Di Maculangan of PLDT this time around. But we all know that Kim Fajardo is one of the most tenured setters in this league. And she's definitely in her familiar territory. And you know, in the last conversation that I had with Cap, she did mention that she greatly admires D-Mac. But with Rhea's absence, Kim is stepping up as a mentor for their drafted rookie, Angge Alcantara, who's had the chance to actually play in the latter part of that first set. It's really, you know, she mentioned that it's really a full circle moment for her where the mentee becomes the mentor, guiding the next generation with the same passion and wisdom she once received. Now, if you guys want to see more of what the fusion of the old and new generations have to offer, you can watch their games live and in HD on the Pilipinas Live app, where you can download and subscribe now for only 149 pesos a month. Now back to you, Dip and Z.
Thank you, Lexi, for that report. We're seeing incredible saves for both teams, but let's see who will get the point here. Fajardo back sets to Santos. Checked. Negrito goes up to Pons. Back again, this time to Stanton. Arado. Upset to Santos. The dive and the save for Lazaro Revilla. Play continues. Stanton with a touch. And they will give up a free ball. Fajardo looks at her options, goes to Reyes. Wow! Nothing there. Long rally ongoing, but it ends with that error from Michelle Gumabao.
I mean, look at that effort. Talking about the cool smashers, really diving for every touch, not letting the ball drop on their side of the court. But the coaching staff will ask for a block touch challenge here.
Great effort shown by both teams, but also going back to that report of Lexi, the part of PLDT setters, it's good that Angge Alcantara has a veteran in CAF to learn from, especially coming in to this pro league.
I mean, we have talked to the rookie batch of this PVL conference, and it has been the theme that, you know, these rookies are coming in looking forward to learning from these veterans. And for Angge, a lot of things to learn from CAF alone. What more when you add Rhea de Macolangan in the equation?
Nakwento nga niya sa atin, no, sa simula, unting starstruck, being teammates with their idols, but eventually they'll get used to it and they'll make the most out of that learning experience. Meanwhile, the challenge was unsuccessful.
Good challenge there. You never know, they have been successful in their challenges so far.
Ceballos able to save at the last second. Oh, Stanton letting that go, but it dropped right inside.
I guess that's the curse of being a tall player here, you know, forgetting or, for example, letting go of that easy ball, thinking it was already sailing out. I guess a first error we're seeing from Stanton.
2-point lead. And make that a 3-point lead after that error, 4 touches.
Former teammates miscue once again between Pons and Negrito. CAF still serving.
Pons. Another chance here for PLDT. Back sets to Samoilenko, who pounds it.
I mean, look, we gotta see a replay. I mean, I hope we have a camera from our seats, because look at that back set by Kim Fajardo. Perfect height, perfect speed for Lena.
And this forces Creamline to call for an early timeout.
Mababa yung percentage ng mga kapatid tayo sa loose ball. Ilaban nyo na dito, kumover na lang kayo ulit. Hindi naman problema kung walang receive eh. Ha? Cover lang tayo ulit.
Yes, coach.
First attack lang isipin. First attack. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Hey, let's go! All in! Creamline!
Happy. Let's chance.
Timeout called by Creamline. In set number 1, there was only one lead change. And PLDT only led by a point. This time, they're up by 4. Down to 3 though after that violation by Samoilenko.
I mean, that's a smart move from Kyle Negrito, knowing that, you know, the blockers of the high-speed hitters will stay aggressive, and all she had to do was follow that ball and hope for a touch. And Lena did, in fact, get a touch on that ball.
3-6 here in set number 2. Fajardo had to chase a bit. Ceballos will work from the back. Negrito tosses it. Stanton. Fioli with a nice save. Santos adjusts. The dive by Atienza. Pons from the back. Arado.
Oh, wow. Again, the effort we're seeing from both squads here. Look at Kat Arado sacrificing her body, getting that second touch. Unfortunately, it wasn't high enough. Look at this. Kyle Atienza, rather. This time, Kat Arado with those dives.
Sacrificing their bodies, really. Samoilenko on the attack. Another good save by Atienza. Stanton with a push. Reyes able to save it. Chance here for the cool smashers. Gumabao is checked. Negrito with the bump. Stanton waits for it, goes down the line.
But look at that last sequence. Kyle Negrito with that pokey set. But, you know, we're learning a lot more about Erica Stanton here in this match. Do not underestimate her height. Do not underestimate her new experience at the pros here, because she can play defense. She can play out of system. Very much an all-around player here.
This time, it's wide. But what about the floor defense of Creamline?
Yes. I mean, I feel like that's one of the things that they definitely worked on leading up to this conference, because you know what they say, defense wins championship.
Good first ball, Negrito goes middle, and Panaga connects.
Bangs Panaga making some noise here. I mean, her share has been given to Erica at this point, and we've been missing her making noise for the Cool Smashers.
Reyes picked up.
Gumabaw just a little too eager on that touch.
Double contact, and it's PLDT first to the technical timeout, 8-6. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. Set number 2 between PLDT and Creamline. Still here on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco together with Z Hervasio calling this match. Lexi Rodriguez also on the sidelines. Pagkakataon para sa PLDT. Ceballos, so set back by Bea De Leon.
What a tough tower to beat. Look at that. PVL, MG present at the net.
Ceballos able to get a point.
Quicker play, quicker hits. Especially getting a one-on-one right there. Yola Ceballos, one of the silent killers for the high-speed hitters.
Overreceived. PLDT unable to take advantage. That's outside for Stanton, one of the rare miscues from her.
I feel like we've been jinxing her at this point. Sobra na yung puri natin sa kanya.
Nasanay na eh.
Napakita niya na tao din naman siya.
She's only scored 1 point so far in set 2 after scoring 10 in set 1. Samoilenko able to dig it up. Ceballos.
Wow.
Gumabaw with a save. Arado does the same, but unable to pump it to Samoilenko. Negrito. Not the best set there for Stanton. Here comes PLDT. Ceballos, the tip, and it works.
Yola Ceballos with that court vision, choosing to tip that one over, and she gets the point.
Back to a 4-point lead for PLDT. Santos with a serve. Oh, that's short though. Only the first service error for either team in this set.
Good coverage.
Santos bumps it. Ceballos with a redo. Same result. Third try. Atienza picks it up. Back row. Short. for Stanton.
I feel like PLDT is already capitalizing on the errors that the Cool Smashers have been making. And don't look now, Lena is in front. I think that has been what's lacking also from the high-speed hitters. They haven't really capitalized on Lena so much.
Pag nasa harap, no?
Correct. I mean, if I were kunin, ako lang naman yan. Pag nakita ko siya nasa harap, nako, lahat ng bola ibibigay ko sa kanya.
She is a tower.
You know, just for her to get the groove, for her to get that flow playing with this new lineup of the high-speed hitters.
And this is a player that has averaged 26 points per game in the last reinforced conference. So we know she can score. Meanwhile, Creamline cutting the lead down slowly but surely with the help of the net. PVL with an ace.
PVL has always been a lethal server in PVL. There you go. 1 point.
7 in total for Elena Samoilenko. Limited to just 3 points in the first set. She's got 4 here in set number 2. Negrito chooses pawns. Ceballos with the pickup. Samoilenko again. Stanton with a save. Pawns will try another one.
Wow.
And Panaga will gladly take it.
You cannot give that kind of opportunity for Banks because you gotta expect that she will always stay aggressive and alert. One of the best middle blockers in the league, talking about Banks Panaga.
Fajardo tosses it. Samoilenko, that drops inside. PLDT maintaining this cushion. 14-11. Negrito goes to Bumabao. Oh, 2 players were there. Just unable to get that up.
A little bit of hesitation coming from Fiola Ceballos. I mean, if you're right beside Catarado, one of the best liberos in the league, you know, you gotta like, kukunin ko ba? Hayaan ko na lang ba sa kanya? Magre-ready na lang ba ako pumalo? So, you know, again, this is the first game day of this new conference. You gotta expect a little bit of, you know, changes in dynamics, in a fluidity of plays from our teams.
It's different, Z, when you're training consistently, but the actual game, when it counts, right?
You know, there's definitely added pressure to the games. You know, we always say, parang mas masakit talaga yung katawan namin after a game. Kahit sabihin natin, 3 sets lang yan. Versus sa 3 oras kang nag-i-ensayo araw-araw. Because there's added pressure that makes you literally tight.
And iba rin yun sa tune-up, diba? Even if you're playing with the same teams.
Exactly. Because this is where, you know, everything's at stake. And look at this. Ella de Jesus in her not so usual responsibility and role for the Cool Smashers.
The elevator, nung mga nakaraang conference, nasa ground floor lang siya as a libero. Ngayon pwede na siyang umangat.
Good check.
Fajardo goes to Reyes. Pons saves it. Gumabao. That is outside.
Are they gonna challenge it? They're letting it go.
We get to the second technical timeout. PLDT up by 3. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig, a 3-point lead for the high-speed hitters over the Cool Smashers here in set number 2, 16-13. And The game changer so far here in set number 2 has been the limitation of Erica Stanton.
Yes, definitely. I mean, so far right now, she's only at 7%. Only 1 point out of the 15 attempts in set number 2. And as you mentioned earlier, she already got 10 points in set number 1 alone. But it seems like the high-speed hitters have been, finding their way, adjusting to her plays and tendencies.
PLDT scrambling. Reyes says it's mine, goes to Santos, and they score.
I mean, the thing is, Lasalians, the middle blockers, they're actually really good at setting. So it was quite funny to see Mika Reyes and Majoy Baron na nag-aagawan dun sa second ball. Because, you can definitely rely on their setting skill.
Parehong middle blocker. Speaking of Lasalians, there's another one. The lady spiker out there, Michelle Gumabao, on the other side of the court.
Substitution for Creamline, number 7, Gumabao out. Number 20,
Subs coming in for the Cool Smashers. We saw the entry of Galanza and Bernardo a while ago in set 1 when they were up big. This time, they are reinserted, but in a different situation. They're trailing by 3 points. Fajardo, one hand set to Baron, but it's out.
And that was a perfect timing, perfect speed, but just a little too over the angle for Majoy Baron. They're still up though by 2 points.
Ceballos with the first ball. Fajardo goes to Santos. Oh, Galanza and Pons colliding on that one. With their hands at least. Both going for that first ball.
Now serving Erica Santos.
Galanza goes to Stanton. Returned. Bernardo. Straight to Samoilenko. Fajardo goes middle to Baron. Then with a pickup. Stanton tried to go for the cut shot, but it was out.
Again, Erica Stanton still finding her groove here in the second set. Coach Sherwin still giving her this opportunity to bounce back.
And number 7, interim captain,
So it seems like, the Cool Smashers have been a little bit reliant on her production, but still managing. Seeing that they're still in this match. You can never tell, especially with the Cool Smashers, you can never count them out until the last whistle has been blown.
Baron and Fajardo really connecting on this one. A lot of points coming from that play. And a timeout called by Creamline.
Isang patay lang tayo, mga ka-shoot tayo.
Yes.
May atake kung meron.
Tuloy-tuloy lang galaw, tuloy-tuloy.
We've done this 5 consecutive. Kayang-kaya yan. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. All in, Creamline!
Happy! Happy girls. Let's go. Let's go.
We take a look at Shena Olaso, the head of channels and content management of Signal TV, as well as Sir Miko Halili, head of sports and content of Signal TV.
Still serving for the high-speed hitters, Erica Santos.
In attendance for the opening day of the PVL Reinforced Conference. Fajardo, Samoilenko. Then pumps it to Stanton, tough angle. Able to get it through. That's low for Baron.
But that was a good risk that Fajardo took, especially knowing that they have that kind of connection, just a little bit too low on the execution. Majoy Baron finding a way to get that over.
Stanton with a serve. Calf goes to Ceballos. It's back in PLDT. Fajardo with a joust against De Leon. PLDT sets up the play. Fiola. And that only clips the net. And it sails out.
You're seeing Jovi Prado once again providing that much needed floor defense also, but look at this, she's getting a little bit more minutes on the floor. Good to see that she is fully healed and healthy.
Yeah, over a year of not seeing action as Prado gets her first point. Welcome back to the PVL.
Always such a good thing to see players coming back from injuries that, you know, would always be a question of will this be the end?
Yeah.
But such a source of inspiration seeing these players come back tougher.
Yeah. Hindi biro yan, having that ACL against the same team last year.
Yeah.
But already getting her first point. Fajardo to Elena, and Samoilenko scores.
That's the luxury of being a tall player. That was an offset. That was a little bit quick too, but Lena Samoilenko, super tall athlete, super agile, super smart, just finding the right spot to place that ball.
Back-to-back points. But that run is halted after that error from Prado.
We entering the game for Creamline, number 6, Panis Panaga. Serving for Creamline, Bea De Leon.
Bea De Leon serving for the Cool Smashers. They're down by 4. Fajardo goes to Samoilenko. Gumabaw picks it up. Pons on the attack. Dug up by Prado. Fajardo back to Elena. Pons again. And this time she scores.
You gotta learn a little bit of something in terms of attack from Bernadette Pons. Look at this. Always hitting high. You know, that's the thing, like wherever she hits the ball towards to the high-speed hitters, she will always get that top side of her fingers, but listen into the timeout.
Magpalit sa pagkalanganin lang. Mamaya yung i-play nyo ngayon serve receive, huwag mo na ganunin mo na lang. Kinukuha naman siya ni Pangse. Ha? One stop.
Relax muna, masyado na mabilis yung galaw tayo, nagmamadali tayo. First sa play.
Yung ganun transition ha. Pag dumikit talaga yung para sa pag-drop na naman. Ha?
Pinakahit sila isa, para yung kita.
One good
pass.
Hindi na talaga siya bumabelo ng galing labas. Team. Inaantin na lang talaga.
Let's go! Reality!
Of course, the leader of the Ribisco company, Sir Jonathan Nang, always our patron in volleyball here.
And Bernadette Pons picking up from where she left off after that PLDT timeout. And she's got 8 to her name.
27-22.
Don't look now, Bernadette Pons taking on the responsibility, producing much-needed points for the Cool Smashers.
And you mentioned her type of attacks in a service ace for Bea De Leon. And Creamline is only down by 1 point.
Tough server. Talking about Bea De Leon. And against Kat Arato as well. Let's see how they respond here. 1-point game.
Another good serve by BDL. Samoilenko. Set back. Fajardo goes back to Elena. And this time it drops.
I mean, that's another thing that we're seeing here from these elite athletes. If it's like an out-of-system set, for example, in that last sequence for Elena, medyo wala siya sa sa pwesto. So she chose to have the ball like easily rebounded off the blockers and then nakagawa na rin ng puntos.
That one is long for Bernadette Pons, and PLDT is at set point. But wait, there will be a challenge by the Cool Smashers asking for a ball in, ball out review. Or they need this one. Otherwise, PLDT will only need a single point to tie things up. Bernadette Pons with that attack. They're hoping that it may have dropped on the line as we take a look at this replay. Oh! So close.
It's becoming a game of inches here between these two fine squads. First set was won by Creamline Cool Smashers, and this time it seems like the high-speed hitters have that intensity locked in.
But not yet done, says Bernadette Pons and the Cool Smashers. They save a set point.
Perfect time for Bernadette Pons to be in front, as she has been getting a lot of points so far for her squad.
6 points in this set, a total of 9. But Samoilenko drops that one. It gives PLDT set number 2. Rhea de Maculangan all smiles as her team equalizes this match 1 set apiece.
As you mentioned, Dip, you know, last time these two teams faced each other, it was actually Creamline getting the first set win and then PLDT getting that second. So let's see if we're gonna see the same story unfold again.
And we'll give you set number 3 when we return. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig for the continuation of the 2024 PVL Reinforced Conference. Tied at 1 set apiece, PLDT getting that set number 2 as we take a look at the highlights of what happened there. Z, can you describe to us what the high-speed hitters did in their adjustments to get that set number 2?
They definitely learned the tendencies of this new lineup, this new first 6 of the Creamline Cool Smashers, because we've been seeing, you know, Tots Carlos, Eliza Valdez, Gemma Galanza missing in action. So you gotta be a little bit more familiar with this kind of group dynamic that they're seeing. But so far, they also took charge in setting the pace of the match. Lina Samoilenko, you know, getting more touches in terms of attacks that we have been looking for in set number 2, and that they executed really well. And on the side of the Cool Smashers, they were able to, you know, silent Erica Stanton. Earlier on, she already made 10 points in just set 1 alone, but in set number 2, only 1 point for Erica Stanton.
As we take a look at the numbers of what you mentioned, the PLDT banking on their attacks this time. Samoilenko had 3 points in set number 1, and then all of a sudden set 2 nabuhay had 8 in total for a total of 11 points para sa PLDT, and that has allowed them to get that set number 2.
If I'm not mistaken, earlier on, if this second set, PLDT had 15 attacks versus 12 of the Creamline Cool Smashers. In set number 1, Creamline had 15 versus only 7 for the PLDT high-speed hitter. So, you know, PLDT has picking up the pace, making their points, and outproducing the Cool Smashers. And especially, you know, we know how the Cool Smashers have been that team that, you know, despite making so much more errors compared to their opponent, they would always or most likely outproduce them in terms of attacks. But this time, PLDT got a higher hand in terms of attack points and block points as well.
Right, PLDT turning the tables in set number 2. And right now we are about to begin set number 3. Still here on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. Thank you for joining us, Dip Dipianco with Z Hervasio covering this match. Lexi Rodriguez is our courtside reporter. We'll hear more from her later on. Set number 3 underway. We hope that you have already eaten dinner dahil mahaba-haba ang ating gabi. But again, no one's complaining, right? Unang laro, 5-setter.
Opening day of the Reinforced Conference is already, you know, jam-packed, energy-packed, power-packed.
Napabilis yung second game, but this time we are all tied up at 1 set apiece. We started off with Samoylenko getting a point for PLDT. This time, Pons scoring for Creamline.
Bernadette Pons has been the stable point producer for the Cool Smashers. And it seems like that's going to be the case for the rest of the conference.
Fajardo goes to Reyes. Negrito able to get a touch. Prado with an easy save. They go to Elena. The tip. And it's just enough for Elena Samoylenko as we send this to Lexi Rodriguez for this report. Lexi?
Well, Dip and Z, we all know that that was such a speedy and steady and strong second set on the side of PLDT. However, things took an unexpected turn on the side of the Cool Smashers. And Erica Staunton in particular had a tough time in that second set as well. You know, when I spoke with her earlier, she opened up about the significance of this moment for her. And, you know, this is actually her first international stint. And she expressed a mix of excitement and nerves, which also might explain the jitters that she had in that second set as she navigates this new experience of hers. But you know, she's really, really hopeful in making her debut in the Philippine stage all the more exciting. That's why you can watch more of the Reinforced Conference on the Pilipinas Live app, which is live and in HD, where you can subscribe for 149 pesos a month. Back to you.
Thank you, Lexi. Well, Erica Staunton, she's going to learn a lot throughout this conference. It's only her first game in her young career, 23 years of age. Will definitely gain a lot of experience in the PVL. But while Lexi was reporting Arado with that excellent floor defense, and then it ended with a point by PLDT. Sarado rin yung net. And PLDT not allowing Creamline to attack properly. Their turn to attack. Pons picks it up. Negrito goes to Staunton. And she's been red as of late. Samoylenko. Good extension, good read by Staunton. She goes for the attack. And finally, she gets a point.
Who else will end that super mega rally but Erica Staunton finally getting 1 point in here in the third set. You got their scores on your screen. Staunton with 11, Samoylenko with 13, already outproducing her counterpart.
Fajardo back sets Samoylenko. Negrito picks it up. Gumabaw. Tried to find the line, but it went over. Creamline will challenge.
Coach Sherwin telling the girls, relax lang, we got it, we'll call the challenge.
Well, let's see the result of this challenge. But they're actually asking for a net fault on the part of PLDT. And it turns out that there indeed is a net touch.
It's not even the ball in or out, but again, eagle eyes from the coaching staff on the side of the Cool Smashers. It's really a team effort at this point, Dit.
Sabi mo nga, Z, sabi ni Coach Sherwin, kalma lang. We got this. And they're tied at 3-all. Fajardo goes to Santos. It's long. But the point is awarded to PLDT. Samoilenko with a serve. Over received. Reyes unable to take advantage. Gumabao breaks the block.
Good touch there by Jovi Prado, but just not enough to get a second touch on that one. And once again, expect that MG will power through blockers.
Close start here to set number 3. Prado comes up short. And the Cool Smashers will get their first lead here in set number 3. Gumabao serving.
Good pass.
Santos. Another long attack for Erica Santos. Lead increases to 2 points as Gumabao is back at the service line. Fajardo tosses to Prado. That's short again for Prado. And Jovi trying to get her legs in.
Look at that 4-0 run so far. String of errors have been produced on the side of the high-speed hitters, and Coach Roderick Fort just getting a little stress on the sidelines here, getting the substitution. Fiola Ceballos subbing in for Jovi Prado.
And that's going to take a while for these players who are coming off injuries. It's going to be a grind for them to get back in tip-top shape. But what is good is that they're already seeing action. Meanwhile, the attack rejected by Erica Stanton, and that leads to the first technical timeout. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig, Erica Stanton with a rejection right before this technical timeout. And it's a 5-0 run for the Cool Smashers. Gumabao with a serve. Parado bumps it. Ceballos. MG with a save. Stanton. Chance here for PLDT. They go to Samoilenko from the back. Battle of the net. With the Cool Smashers. Play continues. Arado to Ceballos. Just getting it through the hands of the blockers.
Fiola Ceballos finding a way, because once again, you cannot give tight sets, especially with tall blockers in front. Talking about the Cool Smashers earlier on, Erica Santos shut down by Stanton, but this time Fiola Ceballos just finding the right squeeze to get the point, but Bea de Leon responding right away.
Check out that last play, BDL special. And she is fired up.
And she has gotten the connection with her new team as well.
Good save. Oh, but not enough. As Majoy Baron was able to find that opening.
Good dig there by Kyla Atienza. Just a little miscue on the defense there on the side of the Cool Smashers, but once again, everybody just covering all the spots on the floor.
Oh, Negrito with a 1-2.
Kyle Negrito with that smart thinking. Over on 2.
The lead is back up to 4 points for Creamline. Kisha Bedonia will check in for Erica Santos. Coach Rad looking for a change. Down by 4 points are the high-speed hitters. Ceballos. That's going to be awarded to PLDT. She got out of the way at the last second, but Creamline arguing that it grazed off of her upper body.
Team captain Michelle Gumabao. Get used to that also. Gumabao will be the captain for the Cool Smashers, and she has been, she asked the first referee for a clarification, but point awarded to PLDT, although they wasted that opportunity with that service error.
11 serving 7. Fajardo goes to Elena. Good save by Staunton. They go to Pons. Baron with the pickup. Calf goes back to Majoy. Negrito picks it up. Gumabao with the point.
Michelle Gumabao against her former collegiate teammates. Talking about Majoy Baron, then through Kim Fajardo. Let's look at that transition once again. Michelle Gumabao always expect that she's hitting hard and high.
Ceballos goes to Samoilenko. Easy pickings. Negrito goes middle. And Panaga delivers.
Look at that sharp angle by Pangs Panaga, avoiding the blockers and the floor defenders. Good play by Kyle Negrito.
PLDT will regroup as they're down by 6 points.
Kaya naabangan yung pick-up sa ito. Ha? Cut na yung server ngayon.
May good pass ulit, may good pass.
Pag yung mga sumakto, painitin nyo na.
Sige, sige. Sige, isa pa.
Yung blocking same pa rin ha, marking. Sige siya naman sa gilid eh.
Okay. Alright, let's go, let's go! Watch that ball! Reality!
Timeout called by the high-speed hitters. This is a comfortable 6-point lead for Creamline here in set number 3. Negrito with a serve. And Samoilenko, much needed point for PLDT.
Gotta give Lena Samoilenko all the chances you got, especially if you're catching up by this many here in set number 3.
Baron to the setup to Elena. That goes through. Kyle goes to Staunton. Oh, Fajardo just playing smart.
A little too smart, too fast and quick by Calf. On your screens, we've been talking about her early on in this match. What a veteran setter. Even if Rhea de Macolangan will miss action here, you got the high-speed hitters in good hands.
Oh, good effort for PLDT, keeping the ball alive. Play continues. Baron with a nice save. Negrito with a shoot set to Gumabao. Dug up by Ceballos. Samoilenko will score. And credit that to the defense of PLDT.
Yes, definitely. Look at that jungle play they have been making here. Just making sure they get the right touch for every possession. Now the high-speed hitters has that momentum they've been looking for here in set number 3.
Loose ball din sila. Pareho lang naman yun eh. Didepensa tayo o atake tayo? Okay, na-atake tayo ha?
Yes.
Hey, Midel, let's go.
Let's go, girls.
Let's go, girls! Let's go! All in, Creamline!
Back to the action. PLDT on a mini run with 3 straight points after they called that timeout. And Creamline trying to stop the bleeding. Baron with a serve. Negrito goes to Pons, and it's a point.
Bernadette Pons has been that reliable player, staying consistent here for the Cool Smashers.
Samoilenko gets another one. And she's been racking up the points.
You know, Samoilenko has just been finding the hands of her blockers and tooling them, just as what we see from Bernadette Pons. Just hitting high, just finding the hands, finding the fingers, getting points off of her blockers. Because, you know, a point is a point, and it doesn't matter if you hit hard, bounce ball. It's all the same. Ooh.
A point awarded to the Cool Smashers. But PLDT will call for a challenge. They want a review on that net touch. They don't want to lose this chance, especially that they're slowly creeping in here in set number 3.
They can't afford to give more free points to the Cool Smashers. They're keeping this game to a 3-point deficit. Otherwise, it's going to be a steep hill to climb for set number 3.
Dikit nung simula nung set number 3, it was a tight one.
PLDT was actually up 4-3, and although it has been followed quickly by a 4-0 run by the Cool Smashers, and that has been their, you know, their dynamic, their team dynamic. Talking about the Cool Smashers, you cannot ignore them or belittle them, because regardless of what the score is, they will always find a way to catch up and you know, eventually win the set or the game.
Right, it's been a game of runs here in set number 3, but Creamline, every time PLDT gets on that momentum, they have the answers. And fans exchanging chants inside the Phil Sports Arena. Bedonia is the one close to the net.
Well, it's only her hair, and in case you missed it, we have adjusted our rules regarding net touch. We don't really give the infraction to whoever touches the net with their hair.
So, di nabal na kung anong hairstyle mo because it's not counted.
Okay lang kahit kasing haba ng buhok ni Brooke.
The play resumes. Saved by Arado. They go middle. Pons had to take an extra step. Arado bumps it to Samoilenko. That is good for Elena.
Good eye there by Kat Arado, finding Lena in the court, because again, if you're down by a couple of points, you gotta find your ace scorer, and that has been Lena for the high-speed hitters.
However, a service error by Fajardo brings the lead back up to 3. 15 serving 12. Banks Panaga on deck. Good first ball. Here comes Bedonia. Steady hands for Pons. Gumabaw had to extend. Isha again. Gumabaw checked. Negrito. Back to MG. Still nothing. Fajardo. Still saved. Oh, but Negrito clips the net.
Tough first ball for Kyle Negrito to chase that down, especially she's a back row player. You can't give balls or first balls that super quick.
Multiple chances by Creamline there, but unable to score a point. They try on this one. Stanton. Yes.
Erica Stanton just finding, you know, the right momentum, the right touch behind every attack, because it doesn't matter if it's a hard one or a soft one, she gets a point.
And we go to the second technical timeout. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena. And the Creamline Cool Smashers are
Serving for Creamline is
up by 3 points here in set number 3. Almost. Ceballos. That's a point.
Viola Ceballos just trying to maximize her time in the front row, especially seeing Kyle Negrito is her blocker. Talagang she will choose to hit through her versus Bea De Leon.
Oh, good net defense by PLDT. Allows them this chance to set up the play. Pons picks it up. Stanton waits for the ball.
Good rebound.
Blockers were there once again. Reyes saves it to Baron. It trickles back to PLDT. Samoilenko picked up by Lazaro Revilla. Both teams scrambling. Baron. Play continues. De Leon. Still no. Ceballos. No. Negrito to Stanton. And it's out.
Mega rally there. Once again, Stanton just finding ways to get a point in set number 3. She started off really well in this match. 10 points kagad set number 1, but has been, you know, having troubles finding the groove back here.
Well, Stanton just hitting it off the blockers of PLDT. And that's good enough for a point. A quiet 4 points for Erica Stanton here in set number 3. She has a total of 15 on her debut. Fajardo Back to Fiola, and she scores.
Fiola just simplifying things at this point, finding her blocker's hands, getting check balls at this point. 1-point game here in set number 3.
Antonio with a serve. Negrito had to kneel on that set to Pons. Fiola again, shut down. And a block for Creamline, and that's Bea De Leon once again.
And this is what we've been saying. You cannot challenge the taller blocker if you're hitting hard just like that. Earlier on, Fiola Ceballos was successful spiking through Kyle.
Paron able to score a point for PLDT. Both teams just exchanging points at this juncture.
Serving for the high-speed hitters, Viola Ceballos.
Pons. Ball into the stands as Arado unable to control it.
Arado just a little hesitant on that platform.
Serving Kyle Negrito.
Didn't put it all out there.
(19-17). Samoilenko with the approach. Negrito tosses it. Pons with a tip. The dive by Arado, but it sails out. Then another point for Creamline.
Bernadette Pons just huffing and puffing for the Cool Smashers at this point.
Timeout, PLDT.
And a timeout by PLDT.
Yung depensahan na... Yung parang sakto naman sa kabila. Ha? Sakto din yung mark. Pasahan nyo lang muna ngayon. Baka target ulit.
Late yung ano ka.
In transition, okay lang din yung ganun ulit. Tawag na lang yung tawag.
Tama yung test? Yung tres? Tama yun. Ako yun. Late ako.
Let's go. One stop.
Parang outside na ako. Late yung bitaw ko. 1, 2, 3!
Timeout called by the high-speed hitters as we are entering crunch time here in set number 3. Creamline just 5 points away from getting the third set as Negrito prepares to serve.
Good serve and good pass.
Fajardo goes to Samoilenko. Chance for Creamline. Stanton from the back. Naingat ni Bedonia. Elena. No touch. They're asking for it, but none given. And a 4-point lead now for the Cool Smashers.
That was a little too high for Lena. The lone high-speed hitter with double digits at this point with 17, followed by Fiola Ceballos with 7 and Joy Baron with 6. We'll try again. Good rebound, good coverage.
Baron also checked. Arado with the quick reflexes. Chance for Creamline. Negrito to Pons. Kath with a save. Ceballos comes up short. And Creamline on a run.
High-speed hitters need a little bit more firepower. Otherwise, they need to avoid making these kinds of errors. As earlier I've said, Lena, the only high-speed hitter with double digits. On the other side, for the Cool Smashers, there are 3 athletes with double digits so far. We've got Stanton with 15, Pons with 13, and MG with 11.
But it was a 4-0 run before that. Crafty move by Kim Fajardo. But still down by 4 points. Negrito goes to Pons. Here comes PLDT. Samoilenko with a hammer.
Gonna give her what she needs. And that was the perfect speed, the perfect height for Lena.
This time, it's the Cool Smashers calling for time.
Timeout, Creamline.
Boss, diyan ka na. Para kukunin ka lang nito. Focus dito.
Yes, coach.
Let's go. Yun na.
Yes, patay tayo isa. Let's go.
Let's go! All in! Creamline!
Happy!
3-point game. Majoy Paron getting ready to serve 19-22. Still within distance. Negrito goes to Gumabaw. Saved by Ceballos. Samoylenko again. Back-to-back points. Oh,
Lena. Yes, Lena just trying to find her groove here, especially tail end. They're still not out of this match, of this set, the 2-point game.
Gumabaw tries another one. Slowed down once again, Reyes. Stanton keeps the ball up. So does Ceballos. Samoylenko has been the hot hand late here in set number 3.
Again, you have to capitalize her presence in the front row. And she has been getting good speeds of sets, good speeds of internet as a high-speed hitter.
So kanina, 4-0 run by Creamline.
Yes.
This time, PLDT with a 4-0 run of their own. And as you mentioned, connecting here, they're only down by a single point. And in the game right now is Rose Vargas. What a time for her to come inside and get that point.
You know, Rose Vargas has always been that player that every time she gets those minutes to play inside the court, she will not look back and make an impact for the Cool Smashers.
2 points away from taking the third set. Samoylenko continues to fight and continues to score.
Still a 1-point game here. And Lena still in the front row.
10 points for Samoylenko in this set alone for a total of 21. And there is a violation called. A huge,
Very crucial call.
Sila makakonnection pa yung pare. Nauna na yun, nag-serve na kami, ma'am eh. Ma'am, nag-serve na kami. Bago sila gumalaw.
I saw you not. You're not captain, okay? You're not captain.
and a yellow card will be shown here as Samoylenko had some words with our official.
Creamline now at set point.
Captains are allowed to speak.
Serving for the set, Pags Panega.
Point stays for Creamline, and they are at set point. Fajardo looks at the options. And Isha Bitonia, only her first point of the match, but it's a big one.
Isha Bedonia has been the newest addition in the last conference, and you know, everybody has she surprised everybody with how impactful she played for the high-speed hitters. You know, just a rookie, but it didn't matter so much.
Chance here for Creamline again. Stanton. Oh, it drops. And PLDT ties this game up and extends set number 3.
Tied at 24, it's now raised to 26.
Good check there by the high-speed hitters. I mean, you gotta expect that from Nika Reyes being in the front row, but Stanton still in front.
Stanton
MG as well.
Couple of good looks, but stopped by PLDT. This time around, Gumaba won't be denied.
Got a lot of good options for Kyle Negrito talking about her spikers. Although Michelle Gumaba is shooting up the serve right now, she has definitely made that crucial point here at set number 3.
Second set point for Creamline, 25-24. Ceballos, that's out, that's wide. And Creamline takes set number 3.
Very crucial last few points for the PLDT, but don't go anywhere. High-speed hitters asking for a challenge. Good eye there, good challenge, and good risk from the high-speed hitters.
Now we never know. We've seen strange things happen in these parts of the game. We may have missed something there, but para manigurado, block touch ang hinihingi. Clearly, a clean one. Not hitting the arm. And it stays with Creamline. Unsuccessful challenge. The Cool Smashers are up 2-1. We'll be back with set number 4 after this break.
You are watching the last game of the opening day of the Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference, watching the match between the PLDT high-speed hitters and the Creamline Cool Smashers, who are up 2-1. Set number 3 was a tight set. It all went to 24-all until the last 2 points have been made in favor of the Cool Smashers. We're looking into wrapping things up here in set number 4 in just a bit. But let's talk about the 3 main gunners of the Cool Smashers. Staunton, Pons, and MG has been the force to reckon with in this match. And you know, in case you missed it, we've seen or we're missing a couple of big names for the Cool Smashers, but it hasn't been a problem yet. Staunton, the latest addition in the Cool Smashers lineup, has been producing a little bit more effort and points, front row, back row, as we check out the numbers on your screens. Attack points, PLDT making 21 big points in terms of attack, but has been eliminated easily with the 10 errors in that last set. Meanwhile, Creamline has contained their errors to 2 points, which is a little bit unusual because we're used to seeing Creamline making more points and outproducing attack points usually in matchups, but in this case it's the other way around, and Creamline in the end wrapping things in set number 3.
We saw that advantage for PLDT in the attacks, but a lot of errors on their part, which hurt them, ultimately cost them that third set. They were right there. They got close. They extended the third set, but Creamline prevailed. As we welcome you all to set number 4 here on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco together with Z Hervasio calling this match. Lexi Rodriguez at the sidelines. It's day number 1 of the 2024 PVL Reinforced Conference. And we talked about the format that we're having
Yep.
this conference, Z.
new, exciting, a little bit more intense format as well, because we usually see a single round robin across all the 12 teams, but this time 12 teams split into 2 pools, and in each pool there will be 6 teams doing their own round robin, and then we will have a round 2 of the pool play, wherein the top 3 teams of each pool will face the bottom 3 of the other pool. And then from the quarterfinals, wherein the top 8 teams with the best preliminary record will advance from the quarterfinals, semis, and the finals will only be a single elimination match. So wala na po tayong series sa quarterfinals, sa semis, at sa championship match. So expect a really quick tail end of this conference.
It's going to be a knockout, the quarterfinals onwards, and there can be room for upsets. Meanwhile, Pangs Panaga with a solid start, that hit for their first point here in the 4th set. So that format, also the rookies they're waiting to see action here in the reinforced conference.
1-all.
The draft just happened last week. The historic first ever PVL draft. A while ago, we saw Angge Alcantara make her debut for PLDT. Gumabaw. Checked. MG again, and she scores off the block as we get the support from Lexi Rodriguez. Lexi?
Well, Dipindi, I just want to say what a way for us to open this year's reinforced conference. So earlier today, we had a 5-setter match in the first game, and then we had a sweep on the second. And I wonder if we'll actually extend to a 5th set on this 3rd game. But someone who's already familiar with the dynamics and the craziness of the PVL is Elena Samoilenko. And, you know, being the reinforcement of the high-speed hitters for the 2nd time around, she's really looked into developing a more mature attitude towards the game. When I talked to her earlier, she did open up about becoming emotionally mature in handling situations like this. And obviously, despite getting that yellow card in the 3rd set, we saw that she didn't let frustration get the best of her, and she'll continue to do good repeatedly in this set. And we know you love watching the PVLs, which you can actually stream on the Pilipinas Live app, live and in HD. So make sure to download and subscribe now for only 149 pesos. Now back to you, Dipindi.
Thank you, Lexi, for that report. As we just saw Kyle Negrito get that point on the 1-2 play, and the craziness, probably one of the reasons why Elena Samoilenko went back here and enjoyed yung...
I'm sure she missed the Philippine crowd. But just off of the report of Lexi, you know, talking about emotional maturity, you know, I've been watching how she's been playing, talking about Lena Samoilenko. She's been playing a little bit relaxed. You know, the passes, the hits, it's really simple volleyball for her.
29-year-old Russian, just coming off a championship in Kazakhstan, where she played recently. Error there for Bedonia.
4-3 Creamline.
Coach Ral Ricafort looking on, thinking about what kind of a formula they need to win this 4th set.
Fardo had to chase Ceballos. Cross court, and it's inside.
Just exchanges of points happening here in set number 4. Once again, they need, the PLDT high-speed hitters need to eliminate the error production that they just made in set number 3.
Staunton comes up short. PLDT gets the lead for the first time here in set number 4. Negrito ups to points. Naibalik. They go back to Burndeath. Picked up. Calf. Sets up Ceballos. Pawns for the pickup. Pipe attack from Staunton. Naiangat ni Arado. Samoylenko does the same. Gumabaw saves it. Pons on the attack. Arado with a save. Ceballos waits for it. The drop. Oh. And it's still alive. PLDT asking for 4 touches. But play continues nonetheless. Pons ends it. And the point for the Cool Smashers.
Coaching staff of the PLDT high-speed dinners have been quite animated on the sideline, asking for 4 touch violation. Kat Arado with the first referee asking for the same, but acknowledged but not. Both referees trying to talk things out, but point stays for the School Smashers.
Five all.
Intense start to this set number 4. And we are tied at 5 apiece. Good first ball by Samoylenko leads to this attack. By Ceballos, Negrito, tight set. Ceballos over and out. But there was a touch. And Arado.
First referee confirming with the second referee, who was just right beside Fiola, confirming that there was indeed a touch from that spike.
Now serving Fiola Ceballos.
6-5 is the score. Steady hands for Tenten. Gumabaw sent back, doesn't go over. That is 4 touches. But Creamline will challenge.
Creamline for block touch.
Asking for a block touch.
Quick call from the referees, but a quicker response from the coaching staff of the Creamline Cool Smashers, because chances are these, you know, what we usually call those types of hits not over right away, but with the challenge system in place, you can, you know, more or less see clearly if there was indeed a deflection from the arms of the blockers.
And we see here an early challenge by Creamline. Let's see on the attack of Gumabaw if it went over and hit the arms of PLDT's blockers. Been a close set number 4 so far. This is how we started the third set as well, before Creamline sort of pulled away. Mas nakabalik yung PLDT doon.
I guess at this point, PLDT will have to fight against frustrations. And I mean, see Majoy Baron really acknowledging that there was indeed a touch ball. Good sportsmanship displayed on the floor. Play will be replayed. Ceballos will serve.
6 serving 5. Stanton letting that sail out.
6 all.
Opportunity wasted once again by the high-speed hitters. Momentum and favor was given to them already. Once again, need to avoid those mistakes.
Negrito tosses it to Stanton. Ceballos gets a hand on it. Samoylenko had to wait. Erica again. This time it drops.
Nice sets coming from Kyle Negrito. Patay na patay yung bola. Erica Stanton finally getting a hand on that ball in between and above the blockers of Majoy and Kaf.
Fajardo goes to Samoylenko. Stanton will give up a free ball. Fajardo back to Elena. Oh, the donut hole in the middle.
The score is tied at 7.
Bernadette Pons just a little Just a few inches behind that ball drop. A little miscue, I guess, between her, Kyle, and Kyla in that back row.
Panaga with an emphatic kill at the middle.
Also giving credit to that perfect pass. Look at that. Then Lazaro Revilla making it so easy and making her teammates look so good.
And we get to the first technical timeout. Inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig, Cool Smashers up by a single point over the high-speed hitters here in set number 4. Creamline taking sets 1 and 3, while PLDT got set number 2. Samoilenko looking hit to tie things up at 8-all.
It's time for Lena to accumulate a lot of points at this stage of set number 4.
That's what we are saying, Z. Samoilenko capable of scoring.
Correct.
In bunches. She averaged over 25 points a game in the 2022 Reinforced Conference. Mabao responds with her 14th point. She and Bernadette Ponce both with 14 points, right behind Erica Staunton, 16. Fajardo goes back to Samoilenko. Atienza with a dig. But a double contact called on NG.
Score is tied at 9. Serving Elena Samoilenko.
Staunton. Saved by Arado. Ceballos on the drop. Staunton with the effort. Kept alive. Fiola again. Saved by Lazaro Revilla. And that is outside.
The lead now goes to PLDT, 10-9.
Then also saw that last sequence unfold. Agree that it did went out. PLDT on top by 1.
Negrito back to Staunton. That's inside.
Staunton.
You know, Dev, it's always so interesting to see the points coming off of the passes of these outside hitters. It's so interesting, you know, how they transition better in attacking when they get the first ball. Ooh.
That is a service error.
11-10 PLDT. Now serving Mika Reyes.
Negrito goes middle to PVL.
Bea de Leon. Nobody touching her kill at the net.
Serving for the Cool Smashers, Bea de Leon.
That's Overreceived, but Kat Arado able to keep it alive. Negrito goes to Pons, denied.
That's a block card for PLDT.
So Bedonia and Baron combining on that effort.
Tisha Bedonia
For the high-speed hitters.
becoming a fortified wall at the net. Getting that kill block, solid stuff block by this rookie.
One-point game here as Tisha Bedonia waiting to serve. 12-11. Negrito back sets to the running Panaga. Arado again was there. Kyle chooses Pons. Elena with a save. Steady hands. Battle the net. Negrito almost winning that point. Back with PLDT. Calf to Baron. Stanton got the ball, but the other players caught flat-footed.
A lot of hesitation in that last sequence.
13.
Nobody, stepping up and saying mine or yours or help. But overall, great effort from both teams in terms of defense.
Negrito. Fajardo goes for the attack. Almost a point, but Pons was the one who got that eventually.
Quick plays on the side of the goal smashers, catching the floor defenders of the high-speed hitters off guard. Look at this one more time. This time, hesitation on the side of PLDT.
12-13. Fajardo goes to Baron. Stanton again for the pickup. Gumabao. Cross court. Saved by Bedonia. Negrito goes to Panaga. And we are tied at 13-all.
Great change of pace here.
The score is tied at 13.
Joy Baron making a mistake, jumping with Kyle in front. Got to let go of Pangs Panaga in that last sequence.
Fajardo goes back row to Samoilenko, and that drops inside. Good response, and Elena now has 25 points.
Wow, 25 big points with that big smile. Look at Elena Samoilenko just having the time of her life here. First day back in the PVL for Elena since 2022.
Pons is blocked, and Baron enjoying that point.
Perfect timing this time, not letting go of Pons.
Negrito goes to Pons, that's inside.
This time, Bernadette Pons with the court vision, finding a way or the right angle, avoiding her blockers.
Now serving Bernadette Pons.
Calf goes back to Majoy Baron. And they've really been connecting with that play. PLDT sends us to the second technical timeout. They're up by 2. back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. PLDT up by 2 points. Here in set number 4, Erica Staunton has had a great debut with a total of 17 points for the Cool Smashers. But so far, it's PLDT holding on to a 2-point lead, hoping to extend this match to a 5th and final. Fajardo goes back to Elena. Goes through the hands of Gumabao and to the antenna. There was a challenge called by the Cool Smashers. On that block touch. Coach Sherwin and Michelle Gumabao talking to our first referee.
Challenge by Creamline has been denied.
So that challenge is denied. Because the call was already
17-14
outside.
PLDT.
Yep. All referees and all officials see that that was indeed a ball out
The
situation.
hands of Gumabao. Play continues. Panaga continues to score. She's got 7.
15-17. Substitution for Creamline, number 6, Panaga out, number 8, Ella De Jesus in.
Ella De Jesus makes another
Serving for
entry
Creamline,
here.
Ella De Jesus.
Cool Smashers down by just 2. Fajardo goes to Samoilenko. Sent back. This time Reyes. Negrito back sets Gumabao. Calf with a pickup. Arado with a bump. Elena scores off the block.
Elena Samoilenko just having the right angle to rebound that attack. Look at that one more time. Out of system from Kat Arado. Checking Michelle Gumabao there.
Good serve there by Fajardo. Negrito sets up Gumabao. This time it's her turn to score off the block.
Also, kind of an out-of-system play here. Good setting by Kyle Negrito to MG. Who will both step out for just a bit while Galanza and Vargas steps in.
Well, Vargas had that
Yeah.
big point in set number 3, where she came in late to the game. She gets another crack at it. Meanwhile, Galanza will serve for Creamline, 16-18. It's a good serve. Samoilenko picked up by Atienza. Mafe. Pons. Did not like that. Easy over. Chance for them to set up once again. Oh, Vargas had to extend. And it ends up with Keisha Bedonia for that point.
Keisha Bedonia's 4th overall point here. 3rd attack for this match. Coach Raldir Cafor choosing her to stay in the court for the high-speed hitters as
Elena Samoilenko.
meanwhile, Elena Samoilenko with 26 big points already. Wow, look at that adjustment.
Huepa, it's a free ball. Galanza goes to Vargas, did not like that. It was hard to get something out of that play. And the lead is now up to 4 points for PLDT, and Creamline will call for time.
Okay na, may pasa naman tayo. So, bigay ka sa quick kung gusto mo.
Let's go.
Tatlo pa spiker natin, makakaabol pa tayo dyan.
Yes.
Ha?
Yes,
Pasa muna, pasa muna.
Walang bibitaw, walang bibitaw. Pasa kami. Sinatsaga nila tayo sa depensa, ha? Tsaga tayo atake.
Get 1 point, tapos stop tayo. Yun lang.
Let's go! Okay! First and back, first and back.
Let's go! Okay, Creamline!
Happy!
Still serving for the high-speed hitters. Elena Samoilenko.
20 serving 16. Make that a 5-point lead for the high-speed hitters. Samoilenko with a service ace.
21-16 PLDT.
You know, Lena has just been single-handedly leading the high-speed hitters to seemingly a 4th set win. But the Cool Smashers have been producing unnecessary errors, especially if they want to catch up in this set.
Gumabao.
A bit of a mountain to climb right now for the Cool Smashers.
Substitution has not been effective for the Cool Smashers. Gumabao and Negrito steps in once again.
Well, Negrito, that's worked well for her. That 1-2 play. And Kyle Negrito has a total of 3 points.
Kyle Negrito just really comfortable in that first setter spot, as you know, we saw her take charge in this year's season in the PVL.
Steady save there by Gumabao. Pons checked. Negrito goes back to her. Blocked once again. And that is a lifting violation called on Atienza.
Substitution for PLDT.
High-speed hitters just on a roll at this point.
Number 3, Reyes out. Number 18, Jesse
Solid
De Leon
rejection by
Yes.
PLDT.
Mika Reyes, welcome back once again. That half tower that we've been missing is back
Timeout,
in the
Creamline.
PVL.
And just a very timely return for
Yes.
her. Creamline will call for time. They're down by 6.
Sikot ng konti.
Yes, coach.
Bea,
We always practice pipe. Let's try to do it.
back quick.
Okay.
Sali tayo ng back row kasi nandito na sila.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Your energy! Five.
Girls, kaya pa natin yan. Yes! Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Don't let go! Don't let go! Let's go!
Hey, Olen! Creamline!
Final timeout called by Coach Sherwin Meneses. His team down by 6. PLDT, meanwhile, only 2 points
Serving
away
for PLDT, Jesse
from
De
sending
Leon.
this to a 5th set. Jesse De Leon on deck to serve. Negrito goes to Pons. Down it goes.
Bernadette Pons.
If there's one play that has been really, really effective for the Cool Smashers, it's that play with the outside hitter. We've seen Gemma Galanza having a heyday in the last conference. This time, Bernadette Pons taking the lead for the Cool Smashers.
Well, Pons now with 17 points, tied with Staunton to lead all scorers of Creamline. But a crucial error for Bea De Leon there.
Serving for the set, Keisha Bedolia.
And that brings PLDT to set point. 24-18. Negrito goes to Pons on the offhand.
Wow!
Kept alive by Staunton. Panaga saves the point.
Look at that sharp angle by Bangs Panaga. Right timing, right height, good connection with Kyle Negrito. Let's watch that one more time.
Serving for Creamline, Kyle
But
Negrito.
look at also the defense of Erica Staunton. If she might miss a couple of attack points, she would definitely bring her A game in terms of floor defense.
Creamline has to be flawless the rest of the way here in set 4. Picked up by Atienza. Staunton. Oh, it's still playable. Good effort by the Cool Smashers. Samoilenko from the back. Not yet. Negrito. Gumabaw had to step back. Calf. Ceballos. And the call is
Yola Ceballos.
Earlier, set number 3, it was the last point, last
Yeah, the
error
challenge
from
for Creamline
Viola
for block touch.
Ceballos. Will this be the exact opposite of it and have a last point by Viola for the high-speed hitters?
Well, that was an attack by Viola Ceballos, which went out, but according to the referees, there was a player from Creamline who touched it. That's why they're challenging, contesting by a block touch challenge. Meron bang nakatama ng bola before it went out? That is what we will find out in this replay. High-speed hitters hoping that this call stays. Creamline holding on to hope based on that replay.
Wow.
Malinis.
Game of inches indeed. Once again, Viola missing the mark on the tail end, but they have a comfortable cushion at this point. 5 points up, set number 4.
But a counter challenge by PLDT. Wala nang block touch, but this time they're asking for a net touch, which you can do, by the way. It's a chess match. Counter after counter. PLDT asking for a challenge, a net fault challenge, to be specific.
At this point, they're just taking all the chances that they have and the momentum that they might bring into the next set, final and deciding set for this match, should they get this point.
Players keeping themselves warm. And they have to. Can't afford to lose that momentum. Net touch. And there indeed is a net touch.
And there you have it, Dip. Once again, another 5-setter match on the opening day of the 2024 Reinforced Conference of the PVL.
Well, just what the doctor ordered, just what the fans of the PVL ordered here. We are going to a set number 5, and we'll give you the action after this break. back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. Yes, we're still here. It is live, and we are kicking as the PLDT high-speed hitters just got set number 4 to extend this to a 5th and final set. As we take a look at the highlights of what happened there, it was a lot of challenges towards the end, but the high-speed hitters were able to build a comfortable lead thanks to Elena Samoilenko, who has had a total of 26 points already for PLDT. She's the lone player in double digits, and that's just enough for her squad to get that set 4. Meanwhile, for the Cool Smashers, Stanton, Pons with 17 points each, Gumabao with 15. But Z, it's been a back and forth affair here for Creamline and PLDT. Last time they saw each other, it ended in 4 sets back in April 25 of this year in the All-Filipino Conference. But this time we are going to a set 5 as we take a look at the numbers of that last set.
Once again, this time, Creamline Cool Smashers, even if they outproduced PLDT in terms of attack points, they made a lot of errors as compared to PLDT containing theirs to only 2 points, also adding a block point and 2 service aces. So we're here, 5th set, still in Pasig. Opening day of the 2024 Reinforced Conference. As promised, we have a fully energetic, action-packed day 1.
Yeah, welcome to the late night PVL show.
Speaking of late night PVL show, fun fact for everybody who's still tuned in, time check, it's 10:56 and we're only about to start the 5th set. And in recent PVL history, the latest match that has been played was in the recent All-Filipino Conference Finals Game 2 between Creamline Cool Smashers and the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, which wrapped up 10:32.
Wow.
Tapos na ng 10:32. Ngayon, naglalaro pa rin tayo mag-aalas 11 na.
Yeah, we're setting a record.
Setting a record, but we're also so grateful because if you see around the arena on your screens, a lot of people have stayed and have been cheering still for these 2 teams who are leaving everything they got on the floor.
Right. We are in for a treat. Welcome to set number 5 here on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Bianco still with Zia Basho and Lexi Rodriguez. Race to 15.
28 point for Lena Samoilenko. Just another day.
Yeah, and you know, this is the second 5-setter in 3 games today, Z. And it's only day number 1 of the 2024 PVL Reinforced Conference.
Crucial set here, and calls have been made on point by our officials.
That sails out for PLDT, point for Creamline. But you know, even with a lack of the familiar names we're used to seeing for both teams, you mentioned them, Ross Carlos, Gemma Galanza, Liza Valdez. For PLDT, walang Red de Maculangan. KKD still out, of course, but hindi tayo nauubusan ng magandang action dito sa laban na to.
You know, I feel like that has been the trend of the PVL now that we have the draft, now that, you know, our seasons have been getting longer and longer, and the longevity of the athletes are in the top priority of the teams. You know, expect a deep bench, expect a bigger pool of players for each team.
And even Savvy Davison, by the way, for PLDT.
Correct.
The players have stepped up in this match. Stars have come out to play. Players scrambling. Ball is kept alive. Gumabao steps back and it goes through.
Wow.
But still playable. Back with the Cool Smashers. And it's a rejection for PLDT.
Mika Reyes. Was it Mika? Was it Bedonia? But wow, let's look at this one more time. Keisha Bedonia
Timeout, Creamline.
acknowledging that Pangs will be a threat in front.
Ito ka naman, ito naman yung block mo dito. Nandito naman yung block mo. Ha? Okay, triangle lang muna tayo, ha? Triangle. Sa block tayo, wala tayong magagawa dyan. Tumalong kayo ng maganda. Ha? Yung deflect, yung nandito depensahan. Malayo pa yan, malayo pa yan.
Yes!
Let's go! All in, Creamline!
Coach Sherwin sharing pieces of advice on the sidelines, telling MG that she has actually a smaller or shorter blocker in Keisha Bedonia, and she can
Still serving for
definitely
PLDT.
use
Kim Fajardo.
that information for her attacks.
That one went out.
2 serving 4.
Tense moments. This is going to be a quick one. See, alam natin how
Panaga.
set 5 goes. Bedonia. Gumabaw. That's a touch. Back with PLDT. Arado. Pump set. Samoilenko. Play continues. Elena goes for another one, and it drops.
Samoilenko.
This time, Kim Fajardo just finding where Lena is. That time she was at the right front.
5-2 PLDT.
Also a blocking tool for
Serving.
Erica
Elena Samoilenko.
Staunton.
5 serving 2. Negrito. Back sets to Gumabaw. PVL goes for it. Arado with a save.
Wow.
It's still with PLDT. Fajardo goes to Reyes. Negrito.
Good.
Almost saved. But it ends up as a point for Mika Reyes.
Look at the hustle on the floor, the side of the Cool Smashers.
6-2
Really making
PLDT.
sure they get a touch for every ball. But PLDT so far has been dictating the tempo of this match.
It's a 4-point lead. That point wouldn't have happened if it weren't for that save of Arado. And this time, Samoilenko, nagkahawaan na sa depensa. Pons picks it up. Staunton.
Wow!
Somebody touched the net. But
Yep. I mean, at this point, honestly, Dips, I don't want to see any air for either of these teams. I just want to see good
Serving for
volleyball
Creamline,
action.
Michelle Gumabaw.
well, there's been a lot of it tonight.
Yep, for sure.
3-6. Fajardo on hand set.
Wow!
And Mika Reyes delivers.
That is some connection built through a couple of years, talking about Calf and Mika Reyes.
serving Mika
We've
Reyes.
seen them wearing green, this time wearing red, and the connection has been stronger than ever.
Negrito goes to Staunton.
Erica Staunton.
Not the cleanest of hits, but they'll take it.
I mean, at this point, PLDT
4-7.
just expecting hard hits from Erica Staunton, who
Now serving
opted
Erica
a
Staunton.
tip slow ball in that last sequence.
Creamline down by 3. Staunton with 18 points on her debut. Goes for the serve. Flips the net. Fajardo. Ceballos. Easy over. Negrito on the joust. Won by Kyle Negrito.
You know, Kyle Negrito has been very effective and has been winning those jousts at the net. You know, we always ask the setters, they usually try to win these jousts because that's the only time they get their own attack points.
Negrito has 4 points, and PLDT will call for time.
Sa chance ball.
Dribble sir, baka spin lang yan.
A mo lang. Makomit ah. Hindi, commit. Hindi, kahit A lang. Kahit A lang.
Para sana kay Lena.
high-speed hitters as their lead is down to 2 points.
Still serving the Creamline, Erica Staunton.
Samoilenko now with a 30-piece. She's got 30 points to her name. Now we can't forget her debut in 2022 where she had 35 points. Negrito tosses it, Pons. Elena with the pickup. Ceballos. Negrito chooses Pons again. Bernadette attacks and scores.
Bernadette Pons has been the savior of Cool Smashers. Do not underestimate this young woman right here, challenging the taller blocker in Majoy Baron at that. She has a full rotation in the front row this time.
Baron. That's enough for a point. Well, they needed that point. As we get the support from Lexi Rodriguez. Lexi?
Well, what can I say? This is prime time, Dip and Z. Obviously, all throughout, we've seen that both teams have showcased determination and skill, and it will absolutely be a heart-pounding fifth set showdown that we have for the rest of this set. Now, for the huddle that I had with Coach Rald earlier, I listened into their huddle, and they mentioned that they should just focus on getting that precise plays, and they also should be reminded to not let fatigue settle in. While for Cool Smashers, they're actually just rallying back with their trademark resilience. You know, Coach Sherwin said that they need to get back on track and said that there's lots of players they can utilize, but they also need to capitalize on Michelle Gumabao's momentum. It's truly a push and pull match that we have right now, which you can watch more of these PVL games on the Pilipinas Live app, which is available live and in HD, where you can subscribe for 149 pesos a month. Now back to you, Dickinson.
Thank you, Lexi. I just had to pause.
Yeah, the crowd has gone wild from that PVL quick attack. Look at that. Look at the height. The right spot for her.
You know,
Push their team to a 1-point game.
It's past 11 p.m., but the crowd, they're acting like it's just the afternoon.
Majoy Baron.
Wow, Majoy Baron. Nerves of steel here.
9-7 PLDT. Serving Viola Ceballos.
Sipag pumasok, always asking for the ball. It now has got the confidence and the momentum for the high-speed hitters.
Well, Lexi mentioned the players who have been stepping up. They're capitalizing. Pons almost getting that one. Free ball. Pagkakataon para sa Creamline. Here comes Panaga. Back row for Staunton. Waits for it. And it drops. And a point for Erica Staunton.
Majoy Baron acknowledging she might have left a step behind on that block.
Now serving Kyle
Changing the defense pattern on the floor for the high-speed hitters. 1-point game, Dip.
8-9. Fajardo goes to Samoilenko.
Wow, she wanted that one. I saw her face, that game face as she approached for that ball.
31 big points for Elena Samoilenko.
Narinig ka niya, 35 ba nung huli? I'll make it even more this time around.
Negrito goes to Pons. Antonio with a save. Fajardo goes back to Elena. That's it. And it works. And it's a 3-point lead for the high-speed hitters.
32 points this time, and the sidelines of the high-speed hitters go wild.
Elena Samoilenko has come alive in this match. All smiles as they're up in a timeout called by the Cool Smashers.
Malayo pa yan, malayo pa yan. Wala sa pasa. Cover. All in, Creamline! Happy!
holding on to this 3-point lead. Michelle Gumabao and the Creamline Cool Smashers. Do they have enough left in their tank? MG answers. Yes, we do.
Game captain Michelle Gumabao tooling her former teammates. Look at this. Kim Fajardo, Mika Reyes. But look at the power behind that swing.
9-11. Fajardo goes back to the hot hand. Reyes unable to put it away. Back with PLDT. Calf to Reyes. Pons. Reyes again, finding the spot. Knew what to do, but it just went out.
Mika Reyes, I think she's trying to avoid the floor defenders, but overcooks that one. Good risk there from Kim Fajardo, though, because at this point, blockers will already expect that the sets will all go to Lena.
And don't look now, it's just a 1-point game. Pons, excellent defense. Staunton. Arado does the same. Samoilenko from Cap. Right inside as she finds the opening.
I mean, at this point, your #1 scorer has been or is Lena Samoilenko. I don't think you have to think so hard to give her all the chances she needs, especially she's here in the front row.
Oh, and a costly error for Creamline. Gumabao just apologizing on that play as they fall behind by 3 points.
Will PLDT make a repeat of that win against the Cool Smashers?
Well, before that service error, a look of concern from Coach Sherwin, but they're not yet out. Fajardo.
Substitution for Creamline, number 6, Panaga out. Number 8,
The service error gives Creamline some life. They're down by 2 points. PLDT only needs 2 points to win this match. And Ella De Jesus will be tested. Safe and through. Fajardo. Samoilenko. Off the block. Samoilenko with 34 points. And more importantly, the match point for PLDT.
Once again, easy ball, high ball. You gotta give it to Lena because she will always find a way to score. Match point.
Good first ball by Staunton. She goes up for the attack. Saves a match point. Creamline putting up a fight.
Staunton would love to get that point, and she does, saving the match point for her squad. You got double substitution, making sure there are 3 attackers in the front row for the Cool Smashers.
Ocalanza was ready to serve, but Coach Ral Ricafort will use his timeout.
Import nandun. Ano ba play mo?
Orbin.
Sa'yo na. Iwanan natin malayo. Isang mga...
Receive muna, receive. One good pass. Everything.
Now Coach Ral Ricafort asking for a specific play for this last point. Let's see
Serving for Creamline, Mafe Galanza.
who will Kim Fajardo choose. Here we go.
Not yet. Kept alive. Bernardo. Fajardo saves it. Arado bumps it. Ceballos for the win. And the PLDT high-speed hitters take this one in 5 sets.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Viola Ceballos has redeemed herself big time here in their opening match in this latest edition of the PVL conference. For the win, Viola Ceballos choosing to go down the line this time, clinching that dub for the high-speed hitters.
PLDT winning back-to-back against the Cool Smashers. And they must be delighted with this victory. Both teams shaking hands mid-court. And the last time Creamline lost an opening game was just last conference against Cherry Tigo.
But so far in this year, it has been 2-0 for PLDT versus Creamline Cool Smashers.
High-speed hitters winning in 5 sets.
ladies and gentlemen, the player of the game.
What a performance.
Samoilenko.
34 big points for Elena Samoilenko. 1 point shy of trying to even out her PVL record. Kinapos ng rotation.
There's something about Elena Samoilenko and first games in the PVL. 35 points on her debut. 34 tonight in her second stint in the Premier Volleyball League, and she's our best player of the game. Talking about Elena Samoilenko. And she, together with Kat Arado, are with Lexi Rodriguez. Go ahead, Lexi.
Thank you so much, Dip and Z. I'm sure that you guys had so much fun in this game, but these two had the absolute best of their times here in this game against the Creamline Cool Smashers. I'm actually with the best player of the game, Elena Samoilenko, with 34 points, 32 attacks, and 2 aces. Elena, how are you feeling right now? What is your message to the fans of PLDT?
I feel so good. I'm so happy. I'm so love my team. Congratulations, fans. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elena. I hope you had so much fun right now. But I'm also with the team captain of the PLDT high-speed hitters, Kat Arado. Kat, what does this win mean to you, especially for the PLDT high-speed hitters? And sa tingin mo, anong klaseng edge yung meron kayo right now to start off this conference?
Siguro yung kumpiyansa talaga kasi yung first game na to talagang pinaghirapan talaga namin eh. At saka talagang gusto talaga namin manalo. Gusto namin ibigay yung panalo sa mga coaches na talagang sobrang tutok talaga sa amin. So yun, and yun, thank you din sa mga fans na lagi nakasuporta sa amin.
I'm pretty sure this is a question that we want to ask each and every one of you. Ano yung key sa panalo nyo ngayon sa tingin mo?
Siguro yung composure namin as a team. Kasi alam namin talagang veterano yung kalaban namin. So hindi namin inisip kung sino yung kalaban namin. Iniisip namin kung paano namin gagawin yung trabaho namin as an individual tsaka as a team.
Now, for both of you, is there anyone that you'd like to greet your friends or your family? Elena, you first.
My family, I miss you. Bogdan. Я тебя люблю.
What about you, Kath? Is there any message that you'd like to relay to our fans?
Gusto ko lang po magpasalamat sa mga fans na nandito, nakasupport sa amin, mga team bahay, maraming salamat. And sa family ko na nasa Iligan, maraming salamat. And sa jowa ko nanonood.
Thank you so much, Kath and Elena. This was the player of the game and the team captain of the PLDT high-speed hitters. Back to you, Dip and Z.
Thank you, Lexi. There you have it, our best player of the game, Elena Samoilenko, and together with the captain, Kat Arado. Well-deserved win for the high-speed hitters. And games will continue this Thursday, still here at the Phil Sports Arena. It's Zeus Coffee Thunderbells making their debut against the Petrogas Angels, followed by Capital One and Akari. And the final match will be between Chocomucho and Signal. That does it for our coverage here on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. PLDT defeating Creamline in 5 sets on a late night special on behalf of Lexi Rodriguez, my partner, C. Hervash, our director, Al Neri. My name is Dip Dipiaco saying thank you for watching the 2024 PVL Reinforced Conference. This is the heart of volleyball.